First, I'd like to say we need to start instilling qualities in each other because it starts with us as adults in order to raise the queens and kings of tomorrow. And we need to just conquer jealousy. Come on, it's just not fair. It's not right to each other. It's not humane to do something like that. We can't just walk all over each other and expect to sustain unity. It's just not going to work like that. Please get it together.
The horrifying death of Tabitha Tanner, age 33, on July 7, 2022, remains a chilling reminder of the devastating consequences of rage and betrayal. Thrown from the fifth-floor window of an apartment in Chicago's Uptown neighborhood, Tabitha Tanner's death shocked the community and exposed the dangerous truths behind her relationship with Tyson Tillman. Born in Chicago on December 6, 1988, Tabitha Tanner was the daughter of Antoinette Tanner and Ben Worrell. She was known for her warm and vibrant personality. Her social media reflected a woman who was unapologetically herself, sometimes posting risque photos that hinted at her bold nature. On her Facebook page, she was seen posing with notable celebrities such as comedian and actor David Spade, R&B singer Chris Brown, rapper Trina, and Kevin Gates. Though the context of these connections remains unclear, the images added an air of intrigue to her life. Her friends often spoke about her ability to make others feel seen and valued, and she carried herself with a confidence that lit up every room she entered. But despite her outward charm, those close to her knew that Tabitha, like so many, struggled with matters of the heart. The events of July 7th would expose just how dangerous her connections had become. Her accused killer, Tyson Tillman, was a 38-year-old man with a history of criminal activity. With 8 prior felony convictions, including drug-related charges, he was no stranger to the justice system. Tillman's manipulations and lies created a volatile environment that ultimately led to a confrontation Tabitha would not survive. That sweltering July evening began like any other in the bustling Uptown neighborhood. At 10:09 p.m., surveillance footage captured Tillman entering his apartment building on North Magnolia Avenue. He walked with an air of normalcy, giving no outward sign of what was to come. Not long after, Tabitha joined him inside the apartment, and tensions quickly escalated. Approximately 30 minutes later, another woman arrived at the building, Tillman's girlfriend. Surveillance cameras recorded her pacing the hallway outside his apartment, visibly agitated. Though she never entered, her presence outside the door heightened the tension within. Inside, Tabitha and Tillman were locked in a heated argument, and neighbors later reported hearing loud shouting and the sound of objects being thrown. What transpired next remains incomprehensible. As the argument reached its peak, Tillman made a horrifying choice. Rather than end the confrontation peacefully, he grabbed Tabitha and threw her out of the 5th-floor window. At 10:59 p.m., exterior surveillance footage captured Tabitha's naked body plummeting from the window into the alley below. The sight was haunting, her life violently snatched away in an act of unimaginable cruelty. Witnesses reported hearing a sickening thud as her body hit the ground, followed by an eerie silence that seemed to hang in the humid night air. Inside the apartment, Tillman did not react with panic or remorse. Instead, he acted with chilling detachment. At 11:03 p.m., he was seen exiting the building, walking calmly toward Tabitha's body. He stood over her for several moments as if inspecting his handiwork, before turning and retreating back into the building. He made no effort to call for help. For hours, Tabitha's body lay abandoned in the alley. It wasn't until 6:11 a.m. the following morning that her remains were discovered. Emergency responders arrived quickly, but there was nothing they could do. The Cook County Medical Examiner's Office pronounced her dead at 6:30 a.m., citing severe trauma consistent with the height from which she had been thrown. Police were immediately suspicious of Tillman's involvement. The gruesome nature of Tabitha's injuries and the circumstances surrounding her death left little doubt that foul play was involved. Surveillance footage, witness accounts, and the physical evidence at the scene painted a damning picture. When questioned, Tillman initially denied any involvement, claiming Tabitha's death was an accident. He insisted she had fallen, a story that quickly unraveled under scrutiny. Investigators discovered inconsistencies in his timeline, and neighbors' testimonies contradicted his claims. The pivotal moment came during a recorded phone call at the police station. Unaware he was being monitored, Tillman made a chilling admission. "I threw the bitch out the window." This statement, coupled with the evidence gathered by investigators, solidified his role in Tabitha's murder. News of Tabitha's death devastated her family and friends. They struggled to reconcile the vibrant, loving woman they knew with the horrific circumstances of her death. Candlelight vigils were held in her honor, as loved ones shared stories of her kindness and the joy she brought to their lives. Her family vowed to seek justice, turning their grief into a call for change. Tabitha's death also reignited conversations about the prevalence of violence against women. Advocacy groups highlighted the need for increased resources to help victims escape dangerous relationships and for stronger measures to hold perpetrators accountable. Her story became a rallying cry for awareness and action. The trial of Tyson Tillman was a harrowing experience for everyone involved. Prosecutors presented a compelling case, using surveillance footage, witness testimonies, and Tillman's own recorded confession to paint a picture of premeditated murder. They argued that Tillman's actions were not those of a man who had lost control in the heat of the moment, but of someone capable of cold, calculated violence. The defense attempted to argue otherwise, claiming Tillman had acted in a fit of rage and had not intended to kill Tabitha. But the jury was unconvinced. The evidence was overwhelming, and Tillman's calm demeanor after the murder left little room for doubt. After a tense trial, Tillman was found guilty of first-degree murder. During sentencing, the judge condemned his actions as cruel and cowardly, handing down a 60-year prison sentence. For Tabitha's family, the verdict brought some measure of closure, but could never erase the pain of losing her. Tillman's other girlfriend, who had been outside the apartment on the night of the murder, was questioned extensively during the investigation. Though she was not charged, her presence added another layer of complexity to the case. The tangled relationships and lies that had defined Tillman's life were laid bare for all to see. Tabitha Tanner's death serves as a stark reminder of the devastating consequences of unchecked rage and betrayal. Her story is a cautionary tale, highlighting the importance of recognizing the signs of escalating violence and intervening before it's too late. For those who knew her, Tabitha's memory lives on as a symbol of resilience and strength. Through their grief, her loved ones have committed themselves to raising awareness about domestic violence and advocating for change. In her name, they hope to prevent others from suffering the same fate. Thank you for watching True Crime Files Edition. What are your thoughts on Tyson Tillman's actions? How do you feel about his decision to throw Tabitha out of the window rather than confront the truth about his deceit? Do you believe his calm demeanor after the murder reveals something about his character? Let us know in the comments below. If you found this story compelling, please like, share, and subscribe to our channel for more in-depth coverage of real-life cases. Together, we honor the victims and strive to uncover the truth behind the most harrowing stories. Stay safe, and I'll see you in the next video.